3 more next week, which I'm very excited about. I've been loving coming live and sharing with you all of these different tips and tricks in business and for marketing to get you to scale and to grow and to really start to implement things in your business that will allow you to have that explosive growth that you desire, but also create a business that you love serving, that you love taking care of, that that your clients love being a part of this business. This is truly my heart for the wedding photography industry because I know that the wedding photography industry is cutthroat. I know that people have a lot of opinions about a lot of things. I know that there are a lot of communities out there and a lot of photographers out there that preach community over competition. But when you get behind the curtain, that's not actually what you see. And so what I want you to know is that there's something different here, and there's something different that I believe. And I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that there is room for everybody in this industry who desires to be in this industry, because honestly, how many people get married every single year and how many photographers are there in the world? Like, the supply does not actually meet the demand, and there's always more than enough for everybody. And I also wholeheartedly believe that when you run your business from a place of service, both for your clients and for each other in the industry, is a much lighter way of operating. It allows you to operate in integrity, and the byproduct is that you just are always successful, right? Because you're never worrying about what the person next to you is doing, and you're only ever worrying about how you can make things better, how you can serve better, how you can take care of other people better. And that's a beautiful way to live. So what I wanted to talk about today actually kind of ties into that regarding market saturation. And a lot of my clients are fact finders. They are people that do a lot of research, that read all of the blogs, are a part of all the communities, do all the free master classes, so that they can get as much information as possible so they can implement it in their business. And one of the things that sometimes comes up is the idea of market saturation, which does have a dotted line to feeling competitive, does have a dotted line to wondering, is there space in the industry for me? Not only because of how many photographers are in the local market, but also because people just want to know that they're going to be accepted in an industry. And I think even when you're new to the industry or newer to the industry, you just have this inherent knowing that, I mean, number one, you're new, and that's an awkward place to be in. But number two, that you aren't sure if you're going to be accepted by a community that is so competitive, that is so cutthroat. And something that I've always found very interesting about the industry, I've been in the industry for 12 years now. I've always wondered about this cutthroat idea because it doesn't match up for me. The idea of being cutthroat does not match up for me. It doesn't make sense to me that we have this entire industry based on photographing, documenting, taking care of people on their wedding days, but then we're going to turn around and basically like crap on the person behind us, right? Because we're afraid of them taking our clients. And it's just so ridiculous. It literally does not make sense to me. And one time, somebody said to me, you train individuals in this industry. You train individuals in what you do and how you serve. And I said, yeah, absolutely, I do. And they were like, are you nervous about competition? And I was like, no. They were like, well, you train the competition. I said, I know. And it does not bother me because I absolutely believe that there's more than enough to go around, and that when clients are aligned with you and for you, they will book with you. No matter how much market saturation there is, people will always find the individuals that they're meant to find. They'll always book the individuals that they're meant to book with. And I just don't think there's any room for being worried about what we're teaching the next person to come along, because like, who the frick cares? If I'm successful, I want somebody else to be successful too. Like, I don't want it to just be me swimming out here in the ocean being like, look at me with my successful business. I want to teach other people how to be successful as well. And I want to teach them how to be successful as well sooner than I figured it out. I figured it out like kind of far into my journey. I was in business for a solid 7, 8, 9 years before I got to a place in my business where I was like, oh, like this business is actually profitable and lucrative, where I actually took the time to look at my numbers and my trends, and I realized, oh, like things are going well. But who wants to wait that long? So that's why I like to come here and I like to teach everybody. And I run my group coaching program is because I want everybody to succeed and I want you all to succeed sooner. Like, please learn from me and succeed sooner than I did. So if you're new here, my name is Erica Leman. I am a coach and mentor for heart-centered wedding photographers. And that heart-centered piece is truly like, I work with people who are like me, who are in the industry because they love it, who are in the industry because they love taking care of good people, who are in the industry because they love showing up to a wedding day and photographing somebody's day and documenting somebody's day and supporting them through their day, cheerleading them through their day. I'm here to teach people how to take the skills that they naturally have as compassionate communicators and leverage them to be able to take really good care of their clients as a wedding photographer, because there's so much more to being a wedding photographer than just showing up and photographing somebody's day. There's communication skills, there's empathy skills, there's support skills. A lot of the time I will tell people that I believe that being a wedding photographer has a very like close and dotted line to being a support professional, because we market ourselves as, oh, we want to be your best friend. We market ourselves as we want to take care of you. And if we say these things, then people will trust that of us. And so they will come to us for support. They will ask us to take care of them. They will come to us for advice, whether that be about weddings and like the logistics of a wedding day, the strategic stuff of a wedding day, or, interpersonal relationships on a wedding day. And I feel like when people come to me and they share some like interpersonal stuff that's going on around their wedding day, like what an honor to be able to hold that for people. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys can hear me. Let me see real quick. I just want to check on my settings regarding my microphone. Let's see. Can you hear me? All right, cool. Yeah, you should be able to hear me. Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for letting me check that. I had a little issue last week where the audio didn't work. And so I was just like talking and nobody could hear me. And like, come on, what's going on here? So what I want to talk about today, like I mentioned before, is actually market saturation. And this is something that comes up for a lot of my clients, both in the way of wondering, like, is there space for me as a general idea, right? Like the general idea of market saturation. Is there enough room for me in the industry because of market saturation? But then there's also the dotted line to, will people let me into the industry? And that's kind of sad, but people can pick up on that, And what I want to share with you here is that if you're somebody that you're worried about market saturation, whether it's because you're worried about people letting you into the market, or you're worried that there's just too many people in the market, what I want to let you know is that it's not worth the worry. That's like the long and short of it. It is not worth the worry. There are so many things that you can be worrying about in your business, so many problems that you can be solving in your business, and market saturation is not one of them, right? And I say this because the wedding photography industry for the past like 10, 20 years has been saturated, right? Like with the advance of digital photography, the market has been saturated for a long time. And there are still people out here becoming very successful, having lucrative businesses, having profitable businesses. And even if you're not somebody who wants to make $500,000 a year, $1 million a year doing wedding photography, you can still consider yourself to be successful. Like I don't even know if my own goal is to be a millionaire. I don't even know if that's something that I want. But what I do know that I want is that I want to make sure that I can pay my bills, that I can go on vacation, that I can live comfortably and don't have to worry when I want to make certain purchases, and that I get to serve the people that I want to serve. Like that is my big goal, is that I get to serve the people that I want to serve, and I get to teach other people how to do the same, and I get to grow my team so that I can continue to serve people when I'm actually not available as the one individual that I am. And I just want to be paid for that, and be paid in a way that allows me to continue alongside the quality of life that I'm used to. And I think that's working. And so what I want to share with you here right now too is that you don't necessarily have to be a millionaire to be considered successful. You don't necessarily have to be making multiple six figures to be considered successful. You get to determine your level of success. And if that level of success is, you want to make $100,000 using or being a wedding photographer, that's available. And that is a measurement of success. And there's no measurement of success that is little or small, right? Like your measurement of success is what you've decided feels successful to you, feels good to you, feels within integrity to you. And it doesn't necessarily need to measure up with what different Instagram trends or gurus or different individuals are saying on the internet. It just has to match up with like what your heart is. So with market saturation and being worried about that, like number one, we need to know that there's plenty of weddings to go around. Plenty. And like, what do you actually want? Do you want to be making a certain amount of money every single year? If you do want to be making a certain amount of money, what is that amount? What is your true core desire? Not only regarding profit and income, but regarding like service and taking care of other people, because that's what people hone in on, right? Like people can tell when you're in it for the money, right? People can tell when you're in it just to make a quick buck, right? And there are some wedding photographers out there that are just in it to make a quick buck. And is that the way that I want to run my business? No. But is it a way to run a business? Sure. Right. But I would guess that on the back end of that business, it's messy, sloppy, communication is poor, and they're not necessarily enjoying the wedding days that they're going and they're serving. Right. And the way that I think about it is that I want to be paid well so that I can serve well. I want to serve people well because I want to take good care of people, right? Like this is important to me. This is a core value to me. And I also want to serve people well because when I serve people well, I enjoy my days. I enjoy my days so much more. So when I'm able to tap into my natural gifts of like compassionate communication and just supporting people and taking care of people, that feels very aligned for me and my energy feels good. My energy feels high. I even had a wedding recently where like I didn't want to leave. And like, when does that happen? You know what I mean? Like usually on a wedding day, most vendors are like, okay, cool. Like this is our work day essentially. And I'm ready to go. And like, was I kind of tired because I had been shooting for several hours? Absolutely. But like, I literally could have stayed and hung out with these people and I would have had the best time. I didn't want to leave. Did I leave? Yes. Like I wasn't like just like kind of freeloading at this situation, but I didn't want to leave. And to me as well, what I think about is that we have one precious life, and we're really going to live this one life, not aligning with our natural gifts, not doing things that light us up, not enjoying the wedding days that we're going to, not enjoying the people that we get to serve through our businesses. Like I'm not interested in that. And I think that when we think about things that way and we just serve from this posture, we create from this posture, we determine content from this posture of like, I just really want to serve and connect and take good care of people. That actually is the thing that helps you to stand out in an industry that is saturated, because that's different. That is different. And, when you're thinking about things to post on social media and what you want to share on your Instagram stories, it's easy to be like, hey, I'm booking this, or hey, like, here's a discount, or hey, like, here's what you can get if you work with me. But what we actually need to be doing is just sharing from our heart and sharing about how much we love working with people and sharing with people like how important this is for us as individuals as well. Like the fact that we get to walk alongside people, come alongside people and walk with them through a part of their journey that's a very important part of a journey, right? It's a very important part, a very intimate part, a very like I don't even know the word for it, but like when you get to walk with somebody through their wedding day journey, when you get to walk with them through the year, up to their wedding and through their wedding, like that is a gift. And not everybody gets to do that. And something that I think about often is that I'm a stranger. I'm a stranger coming to somebody's wedding day, right? Or joining them on their journey at the very beginning of it, right? Like they get engaged, they book with me. I'm a stranger. But because of the way that I have shared about myself, because of the way that I've shared about my morals and my values, because of the things that I choose to say on wedding consultations and the ways that I choose to relate on wedding consultations, I'm able to gain people's trust very quickly, because people can sense integrity. People can sense when you're saying things that match up with who you actually are, and you're not just saying things that you think you need to say, right? That's why when you get on a wedding consultation, you don't want to launch right into like their wedding. You don't want to talk about their wedding off the top, off the jump. You don't. What you want to do is you actually want to connect with them. How was your day? Where do you work? Show me your dog. Because people match up with that. People understand that like if you're asking these questions about them as a human being, that's what you care about, right? That's what you care about over and above the paycheck that they're going to give to you. That's what you care about over and above the new content that you're going to be adding to your portfolio because you're shooting their wedding. When people feel that you can relate to them, when they feel that you are valuing them as a human being over and above the paycheck that you're going to be getting, that is the most beautiful, the most aligned way of running a business. And that is also one of the best ways to stand out in a saturated market. And it's something that we're all able to do naturally. You know what I mean? So this is why I think that market saturation is not even an issue. It's literally a non-issue. If you're a heart-centered wedding photographer and you're doing everything within alignment according to how you feel about serving other people and like the gift that that truly is, and getting to connect and serve and support other people, you don't even need to worry about market saturation, right? Because you're just there doing your thing, hanging out in your energy, like not worrying about what's coming before you, not worrying about what's coming behind you, not worrying about what the person next door is booking or not booking. You're literally just showing up in an energy of support. You're just showing up in an element of like, wow, I get to serve you. I get to take care of you. And that's very different than what other situations may be for them. Even if they're not talking to other wedding photographers during the booking situation, during the inquiry like container, if they're talking to other vendors, not just photographers, other vendors like florists, caterers, planners, it's highly likely that the first thing that anybody ever asks them on a consultation call is going to be, tell me about your wedding. Is that why you're there? Yes. But is that not why you're there as well? Yes. Right? So like you're there to serve the wedding day. You're there to serve the wedding journey. But over and above that, that wedding day, that wedding journey is just the vehicle for you to be able to serve the people behind it. And when you show up in this element of support, when you show up in this element of I want to take care of you, of this is an honor and a joy and a privilege, that helps you to stand out in an industry that is so saturated. And literally, you don't even need to worry about the market saturation at that point, because you're literally just in your flow. You're just hanging out. You're just taking care of people. You're just getting on consultation calls and you're like, this is great. I get to meet somebody new, right? You're not worrying about like, is this person going to book me or not? You don't need to worry about it, because if you can connect with them on a consultation call and you can actually connect with them like human to human, and there's an element of compassion between the two of you, an element of kindness, an element of understanding between the two of you, literally, you do not need to worry about market saturation, because it's highly likely that person is going to book you, because people book people that they like. You know, somebody could have the most beautiful photos, but if they come to a consultation call or they have content that is bizarro and they act like sloppy and icky on a consultation call, they're not going to get booked. Or if they are booked, they're not going to be happy that they're booked, that they're getting booked with the people that they're getting booked with. And that's just the truth, you know? So I just want to share with you today, you don't need to worry about market saturation. What you need to worry about, and not even worry, but really pay attention to, is that what you always want to be paying attention to in your business is, how can I serve? How can I support? What is this piece of content going to do for the person who reads it? Are they going to feel served and supported by it? Or are they going to feel ashamed and embarrassed by it, right? This is why I don't love certain Reels trends. This is why I don't love certain carousels trends. There are certain things that people put out in the ether, and they put it out on the internet, on the social medias, that shame clients because it's a trend and they think, oh, I'm going to get more reach. But is that reach worth it if you're not aligned within your integrity? Is that reach worth it if the people that are going to read it are not aligned with who you want to work with, right? Is that reach worth it if when you read it, you feel icky? If when you read it, you feel icky and you're like, wait a minute, roll that back, put that content on the shelf, and know that is not for you or your business or your clients, right? We need to align our desires in our business alongside our desires of how we want to serve and support as human beings. That is very available, and that is what helps you stand out in a saturated market. So what I want you to do as you move forward is to just understand and analyze and align yourself with the heart posture that you really desire to be showcasing in your business, that you really desire to be bringing to a wedding day, that you really desire to be bringing to a booking conversation, right? People book with people that they like. Let yourself be likable. That's available. So if you're curious about how to infuse this into your business, infuse compassionate communication into your business, infuse who you are into your business, I would love to invite you to apply for the Booking Accelerator. It's my group coaching program for heart-centered wedding photographers. The links are in my bio and here on Facebook, and I will chat with you later. Thank you for being here.